Latest developments as it relates to the coup in Benin Republic. Benin Republic is sharing borders with us, and it's quite scary that these military takeovers have become a thing in West Africa. Soldiers in West African nation of Benin have announced on national TV that they have ousted President Patrice Talon and seized power. A message from the French embassy in Benin says gunfire had been reported near the residence of presidents in the main city of Cotonou. The soldiers also announced the suspension of the constitution, the closure of land borders, as well as the country's airspace. According to their statements, Lieutenant Colonel Tigri Pascal will be leading a military transition council. They justify their action by criticizing President Talon's management of the country. Talon, 67, is due to step down next year after completing his second term in office, with elections scheduled for April. A businessman known as the King of Cotton, he first came to power in an election in 2016. He had promised not to seek a third term and had already named a successor. The French embassy had urged the citizens to stay indoors for their safety. This apparent coup in Benin comes just over a week after Umaro Sisiko Embalo was overthrown as president in nearby Guinea-Bissau. In recent years, there have been several coups in West Africa, including Burkina Faso, Guinea, Mali, and Niger, heightening fears that the security of the region could worsen. And this is indeed one interesting development that I'm tracking for you at this hour. And it's quite scary because we share boundaries with these countries. And when you see these military takeovers happen in the last 5 years, back to back in different countries, I mean, you will be stunned. In fact, there was even a rumor in Nigeria about a military takeover. Thank God that it never happened. Let's just play for you the visuals that I'm actually gathering from social media. Maritime, aérienne du Bénin sont fermées jusqu'à nouvel ordre. La prise du pouvoir en ce moment traduit la ferme volonté du comité militaire de la refondation à mettre fin à l'exclusion de toutes les couches sociales de notre pays, sans distinction aucune. Dans la suite de la transition et de restaurer la cohésion nationale. L'armée nationale exercera jusqu'à nouvel ordre la plénitude des pouvoirs dévolus à l'État du Bénin. Tous les fonctionnaires du Bénin, tous les travailleurs de nos villes et campagnes, où qu'ils se trouvent, doivent continuer d'assurer normalement leurs tâches quotidiennes avec plus de foi et de discipline suspendue jusqu'à nouvel ordre. Les frontières terrestres, maritimes, aériennes du Bénin sont fermées jusqu'à nouvel ordre. La prise du pouvoir en ce moment traduit la ferme volonté du comité militaire de la refondation à mettre fin à l'exclusion de toutes les couches sociales de notre pays, sans distinction aucune. Dans la suite de la transition et de restaurer la cohésion nationale. L'armée nationale exercera jusqu'à nouvel ordre la plénitude des pouvoirs dévolus à l'État du Bénin. Tous les fonctionnaires du Bénin, tous les travailleurs de nos villes et campagnes, où qu'ils se trouvent, doivent continuer d'assurer normalement leurs tâches quotidiennes avec plus de foi et de discipline. Okay. That's the latest as it relates to this matter. A military coup unfolded in Benin Republic this morning, with President Patrice Talon moved from power. Troops led by Lieutenant Pascal Tigri have declared they are now in full control of the country. They alleged widespread corruption within the government, while security forces are battling to regain control. Just the latest. I don't know what your reactions may be to this latest developments. This one says, "Oh wow." This other person says, "Let's go." Cameroon to get ready. This one says, "Guys, we are getting close." I wonder what that means. Omo na Lieutenant Deduku. No, wow. Africa is about to experience the greatest revolution, and trust me when I say the West won't let it slide easily. The destabilization of Africa begins, and the underdevelopment continues. His poise don't sit right. His confidence looks low. Be like they set the camera before the coup starts. Self. This one says the coup failed. I'm currently in Benin, and I've been following this story since I woke up in a panic, expecting gunfire. I turned on the national television, which I usually ignore, and saw the coup plotters explaining what was happening. I was scared because Benin was or has been unusually peaceful for decades for a West African country, and we have strong ties with Europe and Asia. But thankfully, the coup failed. That's what this one is saying. This one says, "Is your government working well?" Okay, hopefully we. This is something that we're following at this moment, and it is not particularly clear what exactly is going on, especially with that latest guy who dropped a comment. But I've just reported to you what I'm seeing, especially on the BBC, and they're stating clearly that there has just been a coup in Benin Republic, and it's quite scary for those of us who are in Nigeria, because we really don't want to go back to the military regime, given what we have been able to achieve in the last 20 years, and in an a democracy that has been, unfettered. Yeah, you could say there has been some problems here and there, but then we know that we have made significant improvement. 1999 all the way to 2025 is no child's joke. It's more than 23 years now, and there has been no break in transmission when it comes to democracy. I just hope the leaders today that we have must make sure that they do the things that people want. They are not disgruntled. People are not disgruntled because they are in government. I hope it doesn't come down to that to that point, where we would have to, be begging military to take over because of hardship, because the hardship has been unprecedented. People are really dying. Most people don't even know where their next meal is going to come from, and that is actually because of the policies of this government that hasn't really touched the majority of people in this country. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'd love to hear from you as always.